Just turn it up, the guitar friends are on. The greatest podcast about guitars on. As long as you don't count all the ones that have big guests and are very intentional about actually having guitar-related conversations. Guitar Friends is on. This is Guitar Friends with HW, Susan, John too. It's most about guitar, but also some other stuff will be discussed too. But it's most about guitar, unless we get distracted and talk about food or Teslas, or how annoying it is that Californians keep moving everywhere and bring their terrible ideas and ruin their state to Nashville. But looks with guitar.
Hey dudes, what's up? Guitar Friends episode 66, very special episode. We're live at the Amigos Guitar Show, and I've got a few of my amigos with me. So before we do anything else, what's that smell? It smells like old men and vintage guitars. Is that what? That's pretty much the vibe of this place.
Sweat. It's a little sweaty in here.
All right, before we go any further, I'm HW.
I'm Addison.
Cameron.
And I'm Desi.
What's up, dudes? So live at the Amigos Guitar Show. Let's just start with the guitar joke of the week. Let's see. How many worship guitar players does it take to change a light bulb?
Oh no!
Any guesses?
That's tough.
Sometimes you can predict these because they are.
Is there AI
they're
generated?
AI generated.
Okay,
so they're
right.
pretty. So
What was your prompt
gotta
for this?
think.
I gotta know.
Well, I said, hey, I need another one.
Okay.
And steer it towards worship. But anyway,
Got it. Okay.
You never know what it's going
So
to
you did say spit out something that is a dig on worship guitar players.
supposed to guess?
That's
Yeah.
what.
What do you think? What do you think?
How many
does it take? How many worship guitar players does it take to change a light bulb?
one guitar player, but three guys to carry the pedal board, something like that.
Oh dang!
I see. That's
Are
a
we,
good.
are we going how many electric guitar tracks are in backing tracks? So like 7 to do the same riff, kind of thing.
I'm playing a song this weekend. It's 13. 13 are in there.
Are you serious?
Two.
Dang, dude.
One guitarist, one guy to start the stems.
There you go. That would be good. You got
I got nothing. I was gonna say
got
something
no
about
guess.
big pedal boards, but
The answer is none. They just add more reverb, and the spirit moves. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes right
That's
there.
good, actually.
I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. Why did the guitarist break up with the piano player? Because they said, let's keep it simple, and then played a C major 13, sharp 11, augmented 9 over E.
There you go.
It wasn't going to work out. Desi, could you?
Okay.
How would you play that? Is that a real chord?
Say it again.
It's a C major, I might have said 7, but it's a C major 13, sharp 11, augmented 9 over E.
I mean,
He
I don't know.
knows.
I guess you could just throw a triad in there and let the piano player cover the rest.
Just play none of it. All right, here we are, Amigos Guitar Show in Franklin. This show has been getting bigger and bigger every year. A lot of vintage stuff. I was out trying to sell some guitars. What have you guys seen? Anything cool? You buying? You see anything tempting? Desi, what do you?
Yeah, I did see some tempting things. Greg Guitars over here.
Yeah.
Where are they from? Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth.
Yeah, so I tried out their Telecaster there, and apparently they make models for Vince Gill and others. Hold on, what is this called here?
Others.
It was great. $3,400 Tele roasted maple neck. They call it their 53 blonde tea, but it sounded amazing. It felt amazing. They have pictures of some famous Nashville country guitar players who endorse them, and I cannot remember their names because
Vince Gill's got one.
you can
Vince
remember
Gill.
Vince Gill.
Oh, yeah. Brad
Desi,
Paisley's got one.
You had maybe the most genius way to try out guitars here that I had ever seen, and this wasn't even a plant. ToneX is here, but you just from your house. I saw you walking around with headphones. And I was like, what is Desi's turned into a 90s DJ, He's just walking around with headphones now. And
We got
and you had this, the ToneX. Thanks, Jimmy.
I got you. That's all right. No, you're good. Thanks, Jimmy.
You're good.
That's Jimmy Wallace, Dallas
Jimmy
Guitar
Wallace,
Show.
officially on the podcast now. You had maybe the most genius way to try this out. They're here. ToneX is here.
It's a ToneX plug.
ToneX plug. You were walking around with your headphones.
And yeah, so I was here last year, and I walked around. Vince Gill was here. I don't know if he's here this year. I mean, we've already named him a few times, so let's just
He's the
drop
one we
that
can
again.
remember.
But anyway, I was a little disappointed because I'm like, I'd really like to play some of these guitars
Yeah.
and hear what they sound like. So some of the vendors have little amps and stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just noisy in here and everything.
It's
and
tough to try stuff. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This
I
is
thought,
genius. This is genius.
so I thought, bring a headphone amplifier.
Yeah.
Put headphones on. You can play privately. You don't have to worry about somebody judging your licks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that should be one of your guitar jokes.
Yeah.
How many, guitar players does it take to judge your licks? I don't know. Anyway, so, but story about the ToneX. I've been hearing you rant and rave about the ToneX for a while. So I bought a couple of headphone amplifiers because I wanted something portable for things like this.
Yeah.
And this was the last one that came in the mail,
Mm-hmm.
and this one was the highest quality sound. I was blown away by
Really?
this thing.
You felt like going right? Yeah.
Oh, yes. It sounds amazing.
Well,
So,
what I think they should do is from now on, every NAM passes should now be $149, and they should just come with a ToneX plug.
That's
And-
genius.
and-
and,
headphones.
and no longer should booths be required to show you what their guitars sound like. You just
Yeah.
plug it into your ToneX plug, and everyone walks around with headphones.
and the whole show would be dead silent.
Silent, except for like the tubas.
What about like 2-rock amps?
Well, I don't know. What we
Did
do
you go
about
through
that.
the drum
Different
section this year?
Oh, dude.
That's insanity.
One time I got free noise canceling headphones, but I had to go into the drum section to collect them, which was terrible, which was awful. It was not worth it. My hearing was damaged before I got there. Desi, I think you win the award, Amigos Guitar Show Best in Show. It's
For brilliance.
It's bring your own ToneX plug. It probably is.
Well, and then you introduced me to Chris from ToneX.
Yeah, he was here. And I showed him, I said, that's not even the engineering sample they sent me. That's the real one you bought.
So you got an engineering sample.
I do.
Yeah?
Well, when you get to this echelon of the guitar world,
Yeah.
people occasionally send you things,
There are perks.
as long as you'll make them a 12-minute video.
Well, that was neat. And then he took a little video of me explaining why I brought this and what I thought of it too. So maybe it will be up on the ToneX socials. We'll see.
No, that's genius. What have you guys seen? Addison, what have you seen?
Well, I'm acoustic shopping. What's
Oh.
tough? So, on the subject of this brilliance here, I was going to ask you guys: would you ever buy a guitar in an environment like this? Because I don't know that I would. I say that now. I ran into a Harmony Sovereign around the corner here that's actually really good, and I'm thinking about buying it. I'm like, I might be breaking my rule, but I was thinking about playing all these wonderful instruments, acoustics in particular. I'm like, how do you really get a vibe for how these things feel and sound at a show? I don't know that I'm unique. I bet some other people would be like, yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't buy a guitar. Anyways,
Well, I mean, a good headphone amplifier helps.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
man.
right,
That's so
right.
good.
Well,
So-
the saying is you've tried it, like when we go to NAMM. You tried it at NAMM, you haven't tried it at all.
Yeah.
I think that's
It's similar.
this is better for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
as loud.
No.
here. And you could try some out. I would. I mean,
Yeah.
you're buying an acoustic, so
Yeah.
Acoustic is definitely different.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
little tricky, but
I think you're I think you're going to be fine.
yeah.
Maybe you can find a quiet corner.
I know. Hey man, can I walk this over to a quiet? He'd be like, no, you
Yeah.
can steal that guitar. Yeah, it's wonderful.
I would buy an electric here, though.
You would?
I mean, I feel like, look, if I was going to buy a 335 here, right?
yeah.
I would want to try it out, I guess, with an amp, but kind of as long as it felt nice, I'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
I'd assume that if I see it has custom buckers or
Yeah.
57 classics, I kind of just know it's going to sound like that.
Yeah.
It's really more the feel, I think, and maybe how it resonates that I'd be looking for.
Yeah.
But so I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to sell 2 guitars here, so
Yeah.
I'm glad someone bought a guitar here.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That wasn't you yet. I almost don't
Wasn't
care
me.
what stuff sounds like plugged in, which isn't entirely true. Obviously, as an electric guitar, you want to like hear what it sounds like plugged in. But I feel like nowadays, I'm like, if it's good acoustically, feels good, That's
can
good
always
enough
put
for me.
new
Yeah,
pickups
you can
in it.
change.
You can always do
change
pickup. You can always
pickups,
do
so-
all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Cameron, you seen anything good? You've probably been stuck up here at the Tone Locker
I've been
booth.
stuck at the booth mostly, but I've got a friend who's running around taking pictures and sending stuff, and he sends back prices, and it's like, oh, well, if you can get them to this, then,
Right,
tell
right.
me, and I might come down, that kind of thing. But I'm a 335 guy, so I've got a 345 at the house.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my, house is on fire, grab and go kind of thing.
Sure.
Then get the kid, after that. No, I'm just
No, your
Yeah.
priorities are.
That's
are
right. That's
straight,
right.
Yes.
But no, but I still have that itch for, but I don't have a red one. I don't have a black one. Oh, this one's got blocks. Oh, wait, but I've got, that kind of thing. So
How many 335s do you own?
I own two.
You own two? Okay.
One's a Gibson 345.
Okay.
And then one is a TMG version of that.
Cool.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, love both of them, play them as much as I can. But I just need one more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
N+1.
That's the same.
Does one have a Bixby?
No, that's on the list though.
See, that's what I'm trying to do too now. I got one that I really like, and then now I'm like, I think I need another with a Bixby.
Have you
Because what
found
if I
another
put
one?
the Bixby on this one and it changes it in a way I don't like? I already got something I like. I should find something else with a Bixby,
Yeah.
That's
I
the,
like the idea of the Bixby, but I want someone else to have put it on, not
Yes,
me.
yes.
Just because
Right.
I don't know if I trust myself just yet, or
Yeah.
want to be the person who drilled holes. Do y'all have the one with the Vibramate on it?
So, yeah, no, I don't have a vibrate. What I would put on mine, I don't know this company or anything about them, but there's a company called Towner, Towner. They make basically the piece that your strings pass under that screw into the stop tail holes.
Oh, yeah.
And then you put the other Bixby on, the shorter Bixby that you don't drill on it. Because you have this string, now the angle is handled. So then you buy the Bixby that doesn't have the extra. So I don't know what they call that Bixby. I think it's a,
B3? Is that right?
it's not the B7, it's the B3. Is that it? Is it a B3?
I think so. I was looking at them recently for a Les Paul, but a B3 is still too long for a Les Paul, so you got to add the block that's like this thick.
Yeah.
So it's like another chunk of metal on the back. Anyways, I decided
That,
against
that
it. But
Towner company, Towner, they sell Bixby's with the adapter so you don't have to drill in the bottom, and you just screw in to the top. You don't have to drill, so you
Yeah.
can take it on and off and drill. And there's a guy in town, Ford Thurston, who's like maybe the most amazing Bixby 335 player. He's got a commercial out there with it, and it's the ad. It'll convince you to buy one.
Gotcha.
Because you can take it on and off the guitar.
I've been thinking about some kind of trim system on the TMG, and then maybe do like Filtertrons, swap it out for something like that, or the Lawler filter, whatever. Kind of give it that Gretsch plus 335 or the Chris Cornell 335 kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just dreaming about it, thinking about it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So
Well, if you did that, you'd have to definitely update your tone locker,
that's right.
which is we're at the Tone Locker booth here at the Amigo Guitar Show. They give me $1 every time I say Amigo Guitar Show. And
you're up to $12. I've been counting.
This is good. I could almost pay for the entry to get into the show. So, Cameron, tell us about Tone Locker.
Yeah, so Tone Locker is it's an app. Think Carfax for music gear. So the idea is we don't have a central place to kind of put all this history of what all goes on with this gear, who's owned it, modifications,
Yeah.
who has the thing the one that got away, right? Like, boy, I wish I could go back and hunt that down, right? Like, how do we do that? Some people get lucky.
I got a couple like
Some
that.
people get lucky.
I have a couple.
But most of them are just gone into the ether, right? Like they're just gone. So this is a way to try to take that information, have a central database for it, have a way for us to interact in a community as gear nerds, as tone junkies, right?
Yeah.
And just give us that tool that's missing for the whole ecosystem.
Track where your gear has gone, who's
Right.
had it before you.
Right.
I love that. And you can kind of do because this is very helpful in the sort of big, buy, sell, trade
Right.
community. You can trade with people on the platform. How do you handle that?
Yeah, so it's got full buy-sell trade capabilities. We don't do transaction fees or anything. We're just giving you guys the tools to do the thing that you're already doing, right? So So the cool thing is you can, if you want to offer a trade, you can go through your locker, pick the things you want to send to them, and then send the offer. As opposed to the whole, hey, you open to trades? Yes, I am. What do you got? I don't know. What are
can
you
just see
into?
what's right there, man.
You're going back and forth. Hey, look, just here it is. Let's check it out. Let me know what you're interested in, kind of thing.
This is going to cut down Facebook messaging volume at least half.
Well, hey,
Because
that's
I'm pretty sure half the DMs I've ever received are you open for trades? Here's what will you take a 97 Highway 1 Strat with no tuners? It's always wild stuff. This is very interesting, this whole one that got away thing. There are a couple of guitars I wish I could track. I'll tell you a heartbreaking story. There was a young HW sitting in his room with two roommates. I was in college. I was a 47 in Halo. You know what I'm saying? Mostly made of bagel bites. It was like, that kind of era, right? Halo's a video game, Desi.
Dude, I love
okay.
Halo. Halo's awesome.
Okay, so
What are video games?
what are video games? I used to go on the gear page, right? It might have been called Birds and Moon back then, and I would save great-looking guitars. And I saved this red Cabronita Telly at a time when the La Cabronita had just come out. The custom shop had not really made any of them, and you couldn't even get them. So a couple people someone made a replica in this beautiful sort of that reddish color. It's almost a little pink, and it had double binding. It had beautiful. I saved that guitar in my folder of just great guitars. I don't know why I was saving pictures on the internet. That's such a strange thing to do now, but that's what we did. We right click, save image, and I put it in there. Years later, I see the guitar for sale on Craigslist.
No way.
And I tell she might have been my fiance at the time. I don't remember if we were married. And I said, "This is God."
Come on.
I said, hey, if this isn't a sign, I need to go get this. And I held on to that guitar for so long. And why did I sell it?
Yeah, I was going to ask why.
I don't remember why I sold it. I don't remember why I sold that guitar. I don't remember why I sold my first awesome Les Paul Classic that I brought to a shop and said, can you take out these ugly yellow inlays and put in real mother of pearl? And they found real mother of pearl from Vietnam, probably illegal or something. But they got it, they put it in, looked like $1 million.
Dang.
I don't know why I sold that either. You know why I sold it actually? Because I got a Taylor solid body electric. I'll leave now.
Are you a tone junkie?
Listen, I know.
Come on.
If there's one thing I should turn in my gear card for, this is actually a story I've never told. It's too embarrassing. I sold a great Les Paul to get, not even to get it, because I had gotten this Taylor solid body electric and convinced myself.
So you bought it first, then sold it?
It was given to me as a gift, this thing. And then I was like, I don't even like this Les Paul anymore. And I sold it. What's wrong with me?
Do you still have the Taylor?
It has been in a case for 15 years, never opened. Because I don't even want to relive it. I don't even want to open it up and sell it. I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It was a gift from somebody, and I'm like, I guess okay, it was nice, but I just.
You should have brought it here and see. Maybe somebody would have bought.
How long have you known me? You've been to my house how many times? You think? Hundreds?
Yeah.
Played all my guitars.
Yep.
You've never even seen it.
No, that's why. Yeah.
It's literally a skeleton in my
Can
closet.
you put a picture up?
No. They can go look it up. It's embarrassing.
Will they find it in Tone
They
Locker?
probably go for $800 now.
Yeah.
I paid a lot more, I'm sure.
So in
Or
Tone
it was-
Locker,
Go
Bring
ahead.
it back
There
to
you
you.
go. There you go.
if they find the Taylor guitar, it does have a history. Does it say?
Yeah. So
A
we
very-
got to crowdsource it, right? I mean, because we've already.
Does it tell that story? Is what I want to know. Does it want
Yeah,
to say?
so-
this is the guitar that
That
caused
story will have people deleting
John
the app.
Sullivan to sell the Les Paul.
Well, so what's going to happen is we're going to have to get that guitar in rotation or in circulation, and then Jonathan's going to have to find it,
Okay.
and then he can add, he can then say things like, talk to the current owner and say like, hey, this used to be mine, and
Hey,
then
this ruined my life.
Yeah, you're right. And then we can create a record that shows ownership from one time to one time, and then he can offer an obscene amount of money to the current owner to get it back.
Exactly.
That's how that works.
Or the Cabronita. I can find out where it is.
Okay.
I can say, hey,
Have you looked?
Let me write this wrong.
Could you find it?
I look.
Okay.
I have a series of reverb searches that are like very strange and weird, and there's stuff I've been searching for years. I never find anything until one day you find the one, one thing. Yeah. So, how do I get on this this app?
Yeah, it's on the App Store. It's on the Android Play Store. Right now, it's free. It's ready to go. No invite code needed or anything.
Woo.
Just log
Jump
in,
on,
sign
put
up.
your stuff up there.
Yeah.
Get ready to never receive a Facebook message that says, "Are you accepting trades?" Would you?
That's what we're keeping our fingers crossed.
Would you trade for a PV Classic 30 and a Highway 1 Telecaster?
Or is
absolutely,
this still
I would.
available?
Is this still available? That's the best.
I've started
I see this
using the.
platform being successful, if only because it gives people an opportunity to tell the story of the one that got away,
Oh, that's true.
or the two that got away in your case.
Or the two. I'm sure I have others. I'm sure I have others. What
you
about
have-
you guys? One that got away
I was thinking, actually, the only one that
that you wish you could find right now?
Oh.
You'd pay money to get it back. Too much money.
No, I don't have one.
Wow.
Yeah, thankfully.
Wow. A life of no regret.
I
What
know.
amazing. How old are you?
Yeah, 33.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Wait a
coming.
couple years.
Yeah. Man. No, I can't think of a guitar that I'm like, oh, I really wish I had that back. There's a guitar I wish I had back. It was the acoustic I had when Beck and I were dating. We were really young, teenagers when we were dating. I had it when we got married, played it for a lot of years, led worship with it. It was a great instrument. And then I sold it for like $300. It was like an Epiphone Masterbuilt, so not worth very much. It was a great guitar. And I'm like, why did I sell that? I would love to have that instrument back.
Yeah.
And at the time, we were like in our early 20s with...
You probably bought like Apple AirPods.
It was
right,
like,
it's like-
it's something stupid, like,
bought
okay,
that.
what's the next thing
Yeah, that
now?
was really
So,
cool.
I wish I had that one back, but would I pay a lot of money to get it back? Probably not. No,
Yeah.
it's not that. It's it's not that much.
But it's worth more than the Apple AirPods.
definitely
probably today.
that's real. Yes. What about you
Cameron,
guys?
one that got away.
A 2007 R8, and it had some prototype TV Jones pickup, humbucker pickups in it.
Oh, wow.
I got it from a guy in Dallas. Made me a great deal. Like, we're friends on Facebook still all that. I sold it and then regretted it, bought another R8. It wasn't the same as that one, so I sold it. And then a few years later, bought another R8. And I'm holding on to that one because I don't want to just keep letting go. And then, so anyway, and it's kind of one of those things too where there's a decent chance whoever has it ripped the pickups out and put stock or something
Sure.
different in.
So that guy, did you go back to that guy and try to see if you could get it back? He had already
No,
sold
because it had been gone a
Right.
couple of rounds since
Right.
then.
Ah.
And so, man, it's just that, and the neck, the top looked great. It was just one of those where it fit, and it was just a stupid, hey, I'm not playing this as much as I feel like I should, or whatever the reason. Sell it. Well, crap, So anyway,
it. We do silly things.
yeah,
We do silly
But I've got
things.
an R8 now. I like it, but I'm kind of holding on, hoping that maybe somehow I find the other one and can go like, hey, look, straight trade, yeah.
Desi, one that got away.
Yep, I've got one. This would be probably a late 80s, maybe early 90s, somewhere around 1990, Gibson Les Paul Standard.
I saw you playing a Les Paul Standard down there.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised. I was like, this isn't Desi's normal.
So I purchased this. This is back when you could get a American-made Les Paul Standard for like $1,000.
Right. Wow.
This is before they kind of doubled the price,
Right.
and who knows what they are now.
This is back when mortgages were $1,000.
Yeah, I bought this thing. I worked like a whole year at the Golden Phoenix Chinese restaurant in Toledo, Ohio, washing dishes.
That's not real.
This is totally real.
Golden Phoenix.
Yes, to save up my money to buy this thing from Valley Music in Maumee, Ohio. I don't think it's there anymore. But this is back, at a time when you only had enough money to have one good guitar, and if
Right.
you wanted to have something else, then whatever you had was on the chopping
You had to do a
block.
double shift at the Golden Phoenix.
So, right, and I mean, already, what washing dishes does to your calluses?
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm like, I can't do that again.
Oh, no.
So I went through a Stevie Ray Vaughan phase, and I'm like, I got to have a Strat. So
Sure.
the Les Paul had to go.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What year was it?
Somewhere around 1990.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have any other.
That's a Goodwood era, right? Is that Goodwood or is that late 90s? Yeah. Yeah.
Probably was. That doesn't help.
It's
No.
worse now.
Yeah.
Insult to injury.
I think that's all made up, by the way, that Goodwood thing. You know what this is? This is the theory that before the Gibson Custom Shop, that the Custom Shop, when it started, they would take the Goodwood out of the production. So the standard of wood in the production of guitars went down because the Goodwood went to the Custom Shop.
Whoa.
But what that means is that in the Goodwood era, that just means you had still whatever quality wood that was there that they wouldn't have taken, just mixed in. So I guess it's just a bunch of people going, it's a Goodwood era, so I hope it has Goodwood. Right. Maybe it's slightly better chance. But, yeah. You know what's wild? That is a proper vintage instrument at this point. I was down on the floor here playing some mid-90s and late 90s 335s, and the logos are like, bulging a little out of the, just like they do on the vintage ones. The shrinkage of the wood, and they're popping up out over the finish now. And I'm feeling this thing, and I'm going, this is a vintage 335. This 97 335. Because remember, in the 90s, vintage was like 30 years old, right? It was 60 stuff, right? But now, late 90s, Clinton-era Les Pauls are what the kids want.
That's crazy.
Is that the sign that's going to be up now?
Clinton-era Les Pauls. That should be the sign.
I think that's what Page used on Zeppelin 4,
Yep,
a
yep.
1990s Les Paul, wasn't it?
It was definitely a Clinton-era Les Paul. All right. So, the one that got away. Wouldn't it be great if you could go find that? I wish I could go find. There's a couple.
I might have to set up a free Tone Locker account to see if maybe that guitar is on there.
Yeah.
Tell your
That would-
friends so you can actually find it. Get
What would
more
that
and
go
more.
for now? I remember purchasing that guitar was around $1,000 for American-made standard.
1990.
Standard Les Paul.
Cherry Sunburst.
Over 335. I don't know. I mean,
in the threes?
well, maybe not. Maybe not
Okay.
quite that much. There's a 97 335. Those Goodwood era, like 335s, are always over 3. They're always 34, 33, 36 sometimes.
What would a new American-made Cherry Sunburst standard Les Paul sell
Are
for
those
today?
25?
the standard? I think they're a little more.
A little more than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I mean, the standard is what they call a model. I've heard some people say, oh, the standard, that actually the standard Les Paul today is adjusted for inflation the same as it was in 58, 59. I would just point out that in 58, 59, it was a completely hand-built instrument. Today, the completely hand-built instrument, except for the CNCs, are made in the custom shop. They're actually much more.
Yeah.
So is it really the custom shop price versus standard back then? Because that's what the custom shop is emulating, is those exact guitars. I think that's probably a more fair
The
comparison.
standard has changed.
The standard has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the standard has changed.
The standard is no longer the standard.
No.
All the Steelers fans out there right now are thinking about
If you
former
want-
coach Mike Tomlin. He was famous for saying the standard
has
is
changed.
the standard.
I think it's fair to say you'd need to own the Golden Phoenix Chinese restaurant today if you want to get a standard. No, I don't know.
Actually, it's out of business.
Oh, it's out of business. Oh,
Yes.
Well,
Well, not. I mean, they retired.
right.
Yeah. I mean, since we brought it up, I started working there like when I was a teenager. I guess it's probably okay at this point since the place is no longer there to say
I don't think
was
the health
working
inspector
under the
will.
table.
Yeah, you were under the table.
As a young teenager.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, I worked there for several years throughout my teenage years and maintained a relationship with the owners. I have the owner's number in my phone.
That's cool.
Huh, call him.
Yeah.
See if he knows
Because
where the
I
Les
grew
Paul
up
is.
there,
Yeah. Where does he live?
You
now?
want to get him on the pod show?
Yeah.
right
Okay.
now?
What's his name?
Kwok and Choi Law.
Is that really his name?
Yeah, they're from Hong Kong.
I was going to make a joke, but that's a better name than I was going to come up with. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a cool name.
That is a cool name.
This is all. You know what's funny? This is all true. You can verify the owners of the Golden Phoenix. You can verify Valley Music in Maumee, Ohio. It was there at one point.
You can verify it on Tone Locker, I bet.
I'll work on that. I'll work on that.
If we could trace
the
back,
feature you're
if we
missing.
could trace back the ownership. What did you guys see that was cool down here that you're tempted to buy? Because I will tell you this: somebody told me, I have it on good authority. Yesterday is known as it's kind of when you get the best picks, everyone sets up and all the dealers run around to each other and they buy the stuff that's like the best. Maybe somebody has an underpriced something or other, right? Today is known as the expensive day. Tomorrow, things will be 10 to 20% off because there's going to be shops here that, they really like to move 20 guitars, but yesterday they only moved 6. And they really, they got it. They don't want to carry all this stuff back home.
Yes.
I ran into a couple booths down here that were saying, no, we're no longer buying. We already bought too much. So they went around. They were already buying, and so, I'm sure they like to be net neutral. You probably want some guitars for the store, but you'd also like to move some stuff here. So tomorrow being the deal day, are you coming back? And what might you be looking for? And if you're not coming back, what are you looking for?
If I were to come back, it'd be for that Harmony Sovereign. It got a neck reset, plays really well.
Yeah.
Wonderful sounding instrument.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Those things are cool.
They're very
we could put
neat,
one
yeah.
up. It's a very vibey.
Yeah. I took a picture of it. I'll send you the
Maybe
picture.
We should go play it.
Yeah,
We'll go play it. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the one. I don't think I played anything else that totally blew my mind. Maybe a Murphy Lab 335, but that's out of my budget right now. I bought a Novo this week, so Murphy Lab. I know Murphy Lab's on the back burner.
Yeah.
Me and Corey are actually looking at a couple of 335s.
Yo.
That at the same spot, and so we're like trying to decide which one each of us wants, and like if we go in, can we do a double deal kind of thing?
There you go.
know? So we'll see what happens.
Try back tomorrow, last hour of the day.
That's the idea.
Show ends earlier, last hour.
Yeah.
They don't want to bring stuff home.
Yeah. Let
Amps
me
probably. They really
let me carry that for you.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
carry that to my car. Are you going back to get your Les Paul you saw down there? Look
Well,
at
I
that.
think this is a Murphy Lab Les Paul over there, chambered, weighed 7 pounds 4 ounces. Yeah,
Wow.
Yes, sir. That's nice.
and it was very nice. It sounded great. Of course, I played it through the ToneX plug. There's a plug for
Yeah.
the plug.
What booth was that at?
It's right over here, right next to.
Is it Tone Shop? Right there. Tone
Yes.
Shop, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of our home. That's our home base, out of Dallas, So they're a great shop,
And then next to that is Reverend Guitars. I feel like I've been talking a lot about my hometown. Maybe you should just title this podcast Holy Toledo, because Reverend Guitars
Done.
are headquartered in Toledo, Ohio, where I'm originally from. So I played this model here. What do they call this? This is called the Reverend Roundhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out
So-
Chuck Norris. Rest in peace.
So owner Ken Haas explained that this has like these like rail hammer pickups.
Yeah.
So it's got different magnets under the wound strings, so you get more clarity on the wound strings, but you don't want it too ice picky on the unwound strings. Sounded really good.
Sounded good,
But
huh?
then also, what's unique about the Reverend guitars is it has a bass contour knob on it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
can roll the bass out.
Right.
So you could be like I was on the humbucker playing through like I think it was like a Dr. Z capture, and you can roll the tone off and then roll some of the bass out. and
Yeah.
It sounds like a P90. Or you can keep the tone rolled up and take more of that bass out, and it sounds like a Tele.
Wow.
It was impressive.
Desi now endorsed by Reverend Guitars.
I mean,
All right, so last little thing here. I did just mention Chuck Norris. We should mention that, right? I'm not sure if you guys heard, but when you didn't hear about this?
I didn't.
You didn't hear Chuck Norris passed away.
I'm not on the. You know what? I don't use any socials anymore.
Good for you.
So how am I supposed to know what's going on in the world?
Wow, I don't know. Well, I guess here.
Word of
This.
mouth.
The Tone
Here,
Junkie
right,
This.
podcast.
Try to
Word
listen
of
to this.
Guitar friends.
Yeah, it was. He Chuck passed away, and when he got to heaven, he told the angels, "Fear not." Yeah. So
Did
they
it-
were appreciative.
Did
They were-
AI generate that
They,
joke for
they
you?
still trembled. No, that was me. That was just me.
Wow.
That was just me.
That's an HW original right
Yeah,
there.
that's original. He also
you need
famously.
you need to make a meme or something, post it
that.
on Instagram, and
Bro.
it'll go viral.
You wouldn't see
better
it.
hurry.
Maybe I already
Maybe you
did.
I wouldn't. Okay.
You wouldn't see it. Also, famously, he did all his own stunts. He actually only used a stunt double in one movie, and it was for a scene where he cried.
It was Tom. It
They
was
brought
Tom.
in the stunt double. He couldn't cry.
I was going
It
to
was
say.
the one thing he couldn't do. He
I
couldn't show
thought
weakness.
Tom Cruise
He couldn't
stepped
cry.
in for him.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on,
right.
is
He
that
did
an
the stunt.
original too?
Doesn't matter.
These
really.
are good.
It doesn't matter.
Come on. It's not original.
A lot of people don't know that Chuck Norris actually one time went to a very popular Chinese restaurant. It might have been the
Golden Phoenix?
Golden Phoenix. Could have been the Golden Phoenix. He had a bowl of turtle soup, and later that night, when he went to relieve himself, out popped 4 turtles 6 feet tall, and they knew karate. And they became known as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So
They're going downhill. That one wasn't as good.
yeah, I mean, it's not as good. Look, I led with the best ones, you know. Anymore.
You actually did some prep work for this podcast?
I've just been on X a little bit this week, you know. That's all. So,
How old was Chuck Norris?
man, I think he was pretty old. Like, what is he? 86. Yeah, he was old. I think a lot of the pictures we've seen of him on the internet are from a couple decades ago, and so we think of him as that age all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I actually have. There's a movie with Chuck Norris you can't get right now. Like, you can't find it anywhere. It's not on any streaming service. I don't know why. It's called Sidekicks. Do you remember this movie? He teaches, like, it's like a kid daydreaming about, like, beating up his bullies. And so in the movie, Chuck Norris comes down and, like, comes out of a helicopter, like ninjas come out of a helicopter, and the kid and him, they dress in white and black, like ninja outfits. Man, you, like, can't find it anywhere. So I bootlegged it several years ago. So I'll probably watch that this week.
Is this like Sinbad and Shazam?
No, this is a real movie.
Oh, it's a real one.
You
Okay,
can
right.
Google Sidekicks. The problem is you just can't find it anywhere. It's not streaming anywhere. You can't buy it on Apple. It's like not available. I don't know why. Whoever owns it, it's maybe they've been waiting for this moment. That's a little dark, but it's they should put it up somewhere right now. You know what I mean? Because it's a great movie. It's actually not a great movie, but it has a lot of Chuck Norris, and that's good. Did you ever see the Walker Texas Ranger, where there's a little girl who, like, I think she like drowns or something, and he saves her out of the river, and then he they have the stunt double come in, he cries, and the tear falls down and, like, hits her, and then she wakes back up. No, it might be in there. Maybe I made that up. I'm not sure. Anyway, Guitar Friends episode 66 at the Amigo Guitar Show. This is a fun hang with the Amigos. Shout out Tone Locker. Go sign up. See if you can put your stuff up there. You can go see, you know, do the buy sell trade thing, and maybe you'll run into the one that got away. That's the dream. That's the dream, that you find the one that got away and you'll get it back. And how does that story end? You probably remember why you sold it. You realized you've romanticized it completely in your head. It really wasn't a great guitar. Oh yeah, I forgot. It wasn't very good. I sold it for a reason. And then you'll go out and get a new pair of Apple AirPods.
Or
That's
you're
kind of
reunited, you realize how much you loved it and you should have never parted with it, right? But then something new comes along.
There
and
you
you're
go.
like, ooh, now I got to sell something.
Yes.
On the chopping block you go. Right? We're fickle.
We're fickle. It's
true.
The Jezebel of new tone is always just around the corner.
Right.
So anyway, all right. I think this has been Guitar Friends episode